Good morning, ladies, and happy Facebook Live Friday. I'm going to turn up my volume so I can hear you, ladies. Ladies, my name is Heather Petherick. I am the soul and sass behind our private Facebook group for female business leaders of style, wit, and substance. As you ladies are piling on today, please drop an emoji of your choice in the comments below and let me know how you're feeling today. As we go to the comments, just make sure my technology is working right. Ladies, today we are talking about the upper limit problem, dun dun dun, and why it can mess with our success if we let it. Hey, Shahina, thanks for being here today. So upper limit problem. This is something I have been dealing with the last, I would say probably the last week to 10 days for sure, as some exciting results have been coming in my business for Q1. Thumbs up. And so I wanted to get on today's Facebook Live and share a little bit of my story in hopes that it would serve and inspire you. Hello. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here, Shahina. So ladies, again, as you're piling on, give us a hello. Let us know where you're joining from because we are really expanding in this group. We are becoming a force to be reckoned with, a global group of female business leaders, whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are leading from inside an organization. The topics that we're addressing really are meant to serve and inspire and support your success. So we're talking today about the upper limit problem. I'm going to share with you in today's Facebook Live a personal story of something I've been dealing with. Hey, Sarah, love that you are here from Fernie. But I'm also going to peel back the layers of what an upper limit problem is, what it looks like, why we encounter it, and what happens if we don't deal with it, if we just put the blinders on and let our brain sabotage our success in sneaky ways. Cool? Does that sound great to you guys? Post a 1 in the comments if you suspect you have encountered an upper limit problem in the past. Post a 1 in the comment. So if you know, the title of this Facebook Live was Upper Limit Problem, Sneaky Ways That Our Brain Keeps Us Small, Broke, and Unhappy. And it's very true that our brain is a wonderful tool, but it can also be a problem sometimes when we start to create new levels of success, new levels of satisfaction or joy or health even in our lives. Sometimes our brain kicks in and says, hold up a minute, honey, this is new territory and I'm not sure this is cool for us. What I mean by that is that whenever, anytime we step into something new, whether that is a new, beautiful, romantic relationship, whether that is we get a promotion to step up in our career, or whether it's we finally lose those stubborn, 10 or 15 pounds, or maybe it's, as I've experienced recently, a real financial gain in your business. Any time that we experience and step into something new, our brain is going to kick in. It's going to hurl these ugly fears and anxieties at us because you're moving out of your familiar territory. And anything that is unfamiliar, according to our brain, is unsafe. Uncharted waters, don't go there, full stop. Oh my God. Freak out ensues. Anybody relate to that? Post a 2 in the comments. Have you ever seen, a result or something beautiful happening in your life that you've been wishing for, working towards for a long time perhaps? You start to see those results coming, and then what happens? You freak out, you self-sabotage, you turtle, and you put your foot on the brakes. Post a 2 in the comments if you've ever had that experience personally. So I want to explain what is an upper limit. It is just that. Anytime, hey, Cindy, you're here. Awesome. Yeah, you can relate. Actually, yes, I think I know how you can relate. So simply put, ladies, if this is a new phrase for you, the upper limit problem, simply an upper limit problem is anytime you go beyond your normal, right? Your normal results, normal, status quo, normal levels of success or satisfaction in any realm, health, finances, relationships, any of those realms. Once you start to go beyond your normal levels, you will typically reach an upper limit problem. And there's a great way, there's a phrase actually in our language that can tell you exactly when this is happening. Do you want to know what that is? This phrase that is the telltale sign that you are reaching an upper limit problem. Post a 3 in the comments if you want to know my telltale signet or litmus test phrase for knowing if you are experiencing a upper limit problem. It's a phrase we use all the time. It happens in normal conversation, but it is the red flag that you are reaching an upper limit problem. Want to know what that is? Post a 3. Okay, drum roll. Here it is. It's the phrase, wow, you better, what is it? You be careful what you wish for. That is the simple phrase, the everyday language that we use that often is the red flag indicating there's an upper limit problem on deck. So anytime, maybe it's, you've been pining for your soulmate and you finally get in, you meet a guy that seems to check all the boxes and you are loving life. And then what happens? A couple of months go by and what happens? Your brain is like, oh my God, how can we be this happy? This isn't normal. Something's got to give. Be careful what you wish for or the other foot's going to drop, right? We hold our breath because we think things have gotten too good. We're not worthy. This can't be real. This can't be true. There's got to be some catch. Or we start saying, be careful what you wish for. That's an indication that the tide has turned. Your brain has now got you into this space where it is taking you away from the new level of success and satisfaction. It is creating problems for you. It is seeing the minute flaw in your new soulmate, and it has you picking fights with that poor man to cause frustration, to cause conflict in a relationship that maybe is exactly what you've wished for. So those are key phrases that you can use to be on the lookout for upper limit problems that you might be experiencing. Be careful what you wish for, where's the catch, or the other foot's gonna drop, or that sense even physically of holding your breath because something's gotta give, things are too good. Does that resonate with any of you? Post a 4 in the comments if that resonates. Okay, I hope you are writing those phrases down, putting them on a sticky note, and carrying them around with you because that will be the quickest way for you to identify whether you personally are experiencing an upper limit problem. And really it is that transition between the euphoria of some great result, outcome, or condition happening in your life, and then the slow, almost imperceptible at first, but inevitable shift to fear, doubt, and self-sabotage. Okay, that's what the upper limit problem is. It's when things start getting too good and our brain manufactures reasons why it can't be that good, and our actions, our behavior, our beliefs make sure that things don't stay that good. Hey, Hind, thanks for being here this morning, love. Let us know where you're joining from, ladies. I know we've got a global group already on deck, and I'm always really interested to know where you are joining from, and even just the time zone difference, ladies. I'd love to know that. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. I've talked about what is an upper limit problem, key phrases in our language that can tip you off that you are experiencing this in your life, that it is simply that shift from that initial euphoria of a big win, hey, from the UK, and then that slow, sort of imperceptible, sneaky decline into fear, frustration, manufacturing problems that pull the fun right out of your success. Sarah says, absolutely, we don't create an environment that's out of alignment with our identity. If your identity includes an income parameter, an increase will certainly lead to sabotage. Exactly, it's getting out of your comfort zone, that familiar place, even if it's comfortably uncomfortable. You make a great point, actually, Sarah, and I wanted to add that, why this happens. And it is because anytime we step into new territory, we create new conditions, new levels of satisfaction or joy or success in our life. We are taking ourselves out of the familiar. And the familiar is safe, even if it is incredibly uncomfortable for us, right? We're all, I know all of us will be able to relate to that simmering malaise or that simmering frustration or the struggle, the daily struggle that we feel in our careers, in our businesses, maybe even in our health and relationships. The unfortunate thing is, human beings, we are conditioned, we are set up to really experience frustration. And anytime that normal level of frustration in our life is upset or alleviated, we're going to trigger an upper limit problem, because we're like, holy crap, it really can't get this good. Who am I to enjoy this type of success? Who am I to be this happy? Who am I to have this level of income? Stepping out of our normal, our familiar, regardless of how uncomfortable and frustrating that may be, is going to bring on the fear. And this is what I want to share with you. There are 3 classic fears that this upper limiting, getting a new level of success, is automatically going to trigger. It doesn't matter whether you are, a Zen master or whether your brain is a, weak pile of mush. Psychologically, there are 3 kinds of fears that moving into a new level of success, satisfaction, or joy is going to trigger. And here they are. Do you want to know what they are? Post a 5 in the comments. Okay. 3 classic types of fear or pain that we are so used to, that we are so familiar with, and in some, disgusting way, we are comfortable with. Here it is. Okay, Cindy, thanks. Here we go. Get your pens ready. First classic type of fear or pain is this. It is, number 1, the loss of something. Okay, loss of something. That could be we fear the loss of an important relationship in our life. It could be that we fear loss of a great reputation in business. It could be the fear of losing clients or income, or even our freedom, right? Especially if we've been an entrepreneur and we've moved into a corporate space, that's a huge fear. Even if, you can imagine that loss of fear. If you've ever been an entrepreneur, self-employed, maybe things haven't been going well and you're forced to go back to a regular job because the pay is better. So great, you get a regular job, your income is secure, that's a new upper limit. But what happens? Suddenly we start killing ourselves, torturing ourselves, because we are anticipating the loss of freedom, right? Okay, so that's the first classic type of fear that an upper limit will trigger. The second, here it is, number 2 is the fear of the process. Okay, so what this looks like is anytime we reach a new level of success, freedom, health, income, whatever, sometimes we get scared and freaked out because we don't know how we're going to be able to manage that. We don't know what that process is going to require of us, right? We don't know all of the how yet. We have to figure it out as we go, and that uncertainty is really scary. Or this could also look like maybe we know what we need to do to be successful at this new level, but we're afraid of what that is going to mean. So for example, maybe there's a conversation, a hard, scary conversation that you need to have with your loved ones, that this new level of success, joy, income, health, whatever it is going to require you to have a tough conversation with important people in your life. And maybe you've been avoiding that conversation for years. That would be a version of the fear of the process, of what it's going to take for you to be successful at this new level. Make sense? Make sense? Thumbs up? Hearts? Unhappy faces? Give me some reactions, lady. I'd love to know where you're at so far. So now the third classic type of fear that an upper limit problem is going to trigger is this. Number 3, the fear of the outcome. Just looking at our comments. Fear of the outcome. And this one right? The fear of failing at this new level, or for some of us, it is the fear of succeeding at this level, right? Who am I going to have to become to truly embrace this new level of success, income, health, joy, whatever it is? And that's some scary shit sometimes. It is going to require you to drop old fears, old beliefs, old habits sometimes that are really well established. So those are the 3 classic types of fear or forms of pain that are triggered when you reach an upper limit, when you move into new territory of income, joy, relationship, success, whatever. Loss of something, fear of the process, or fear of the outcome. What do you think of that, ladies, as you are still here? Cindy, Hind, Sarah, and I know, Shahina, you're still here. Awesome. I'd love to know how that lands with you, ladies. If any of those fears resonate with you, if you can recognize those in maybe your current situation or recent past. So I promised at the beginning of this Facebook Live, ladies, that I would share a personal story of something that I am experiencing right now. And that's what I want to share with you next. You know, it's important to me in our community that that this is a very candid community, that we feel safe and secure to share what's really happening on our journey to success. And I include myself in that philosophy. And so I wanted to be candid today and share with you how today's Facebook Live was really inspired. I have, in the last month, really reached a brand new, Shahina says, question is how to overcome this fear. Yes, we are getting to that, Shahina. Thank you. You are such a lovely member of this community. Thanks for being here. So I want to share with you a story of my own upper limit problem that I am experiencing. And I share this, ladies, number one, not to brag, not to say, ooh, how awesome is Heather. I share this story with you, ladies, really because I want to be candid. I want to be transparent. I want to be authentic in this community so that you never feel like, oh, you know, Heather is too awesome. I can never be like her, right? And that just... that takes the inspiration, the motivation, the resilience out of your journey. And I'm sharing this with that caveat. I'm going to share with you a success that I am experiencing at this season in my business, not to intimidate, not to discourage your own success, but as proof that it is possible for all of us. Okay? Cool. Just going back to the comments. Cindy, I feel like I've been living this for the past 13 years in all areas of my life. Since I got can't see the rest of your comment there, sorry. Since I got divorced. Sarah says, absolutely. After my first 10K week, I relaxed right back and didn't do any discovery calls for a while, right? You took your foot off the gas and put your foot on the brake. Absolutely. That's a classic upper limit reaction. Love that. Thanks for adding that, Sarah. Okay, so here we are, ladies. This is what's been going on for me. In the first quarter of 2018, I have had my highest income quarter or 90-day period in my business ever. In over 10 and a half years of being an entrepreneur, an independent, being my own boss, being a success coach, Q1 of 2018 was my highest income quarter ever. And that, baby, is a whole new upper limit for me. In fact, if I'm really transparent, I think it would have taken me the first whole 4 years of business to equal what the income that I've produced in Q1 of 2018. And so you want to talk about triggering upper limits? Whew, this has been a doozy for me. Now, while that is a huge win for me, and yes, it has taken me a long time to put the pieces in place, to master my craft, to get the systems working, I'm really proud of what I've been able to create this year, and it means amazing things for my clients, for my business, for my family, and for my community at large. But here's what happened in the last, I would say, week as we closed off Q1. I was initially, obviously, euphoric, right? I did the prerequisite celebratory dinner with my husband, complete with champagne. You know, I did a happy dance in the kitchen. I had a great time. But then what happened was I could start to feel this sort of niggling resistance, this niggling frustration sort of bubbling up underneath the celebratory mood. And it was this. And now, being a coach after 10 years for other women, I have become very good at noticing beliefs, thoughts, and how phrases in our language can really shine a light on our psychology. So I went into a level of inquiry and I thought, okay, Heather, so maybe you don't know this about me, but I'm really good at talking to myself, right? As a way to kind of self-manage, self-coach my own mindset. So I go into a period of inquiry and I'm like, okay, well, what am I actually feeling in this moment? And it was actually a feeling of resistance, fear, and kind of a slow decline at the moment, which is ridiculous, at the moment when I should be like shouting it from the rooftops, taking a front page out of the newspaper and celebrating this incredible success, what I actually detected was this level of disappointment. Now, I know you might think I'm batshit crazy, but hold on for a second here and I'll explain. This was my own upper limit problem. And here's why. Because what that, disappointment really was about, what was underneath that for me, I found, was the belief that that's all there is for me. Okay, I've got my income from the year, it's Q1, now it's a slow decline into December. It was the feeling or the belief that I'm done. That's all the money there is available for me. That's all I'm worthy of. And now, I'm just going to coast for the rest of the year. And frankly, that's kind of dull and boring. But that was the sneaky belief underneath this upper limit. So right when I should be celebrating from the rooftops, my brain puts on the alarm bells and says, whoa, lady, this is completely uncharted territory. And it starts to manufacture this fear that I'm actually not worth any more than that. That's used to be my, at one point it was my yearly income, and now I've produced it in the first 90 days of this year. How dare you? Well, that's it. We're going to turn off the tap of abundance for you, and that's all the money you can make. That was the disgusting, sneaky, ugly belief underneath that was stirred up from me reaching this new level of success. So, Shahina, your question was, how do we get past these fears? Well, the first thing is you have to skewer what is the belief or the fear that's really causing this stress, this resistance, and this fear. And so that's what I did. It was a belief that that's all there is available for me, and now I better just sit on my hands, serve my clients, shut up, and do the work. That was what that's how I was treating myself. Now, if I had let that belief run the show for the next 9 months, I would serve my clients at a really high level. They would get great results, but I would be a little bit bored. I would be disappointed, right? And I would have to start all back up next year and try to achieve the same level of success, right? It would just keep me stuck at this level. It wouldn't ever actually allow me to embody, embrace, and become the woman at that next level. And that's the problem with upper limit problems, is that if we allow them to run the show, they keep us right where we are. And that's a small, sometimes broke, and in many ways unhappy place to be, because as creatures on this planet, we are meant to grow, evolve, expand. But the upper limit problem often is the price we must pay to get there. Sarah says, love your self-realization. I had a similar one. Yes, a real eye popper, mind blower. The truth of it is, ladies, is that I got big plans. I got big plans for my business, for my family, and for my community. And the more successful I become in my business, the bigger impact I can make. So the truth is that while I am celebrating this incredible success, this new level of financial strength in my business, I am not done. And I refuse to let this upper limit sneaky belief that that's all there is for me run the show. So what happened in my level of self-inquiry is that I realized that I do not want that belief running the show, the belief that that's all there is for me and, I better be grateful and just, put my head down and carry on. That belief does not serve me, nor does it serve the additional clients that I can support, nor does it serve the community that I want to give back to in amazing ways, nor does it support my family, who I have really big dreams and plans for. So I needed a new belief, and this is what I came up with. Do you want to know what it is? Post a 6 in the comments, Ladies, I developed a new belief. I installed a new script that will be running the show in loving ways for me for the rest of 2018. So I flipped the switch on that belief. Instead of it being, that's all there is for me, my new belief is, this is just the beginning. Now, can you imagine what I will be able to create for the rest of 2018, operating from the belief that this is just the beginning? Oh, do you feel it? Do you get those goosebumps? Do you get that stomach flip-flop? when I install that new belief, if you were to install that belief in your life, can you imagine what you could create with the rest of 2018? If you knew whatever successes you've created in Q1, if you knew that that was just the beginning, that was just the tip of the iceberg, do you know how you would show up on Monday morning? It would be breathtaking. And that's why I wanted to share this story with you ladies, is to provide that inspiration, that explanation of something that I have been experiencing so that you can see how whatever your upper limit is, you can navigate through it and go beyond, instead of letting that upper limit freak you out, scare you back into that old, frustrating normal, and instead actually catapult beyond it and know that this is just the beginning. Yay! So that is precisely what I am doing, ladies. I am not tapping out, even though Q1 has been outstanding for me and my business and my clients. I am anteing up, in fact. And over the coming days and weeks, I will be announcing or releasing more details of something incredible that I am going to be doing for the rest of 2018. It is all about, for me, I realize in this season of my business, it is all about diversification. It is about adding new sources and streams of income. And while the ink has not yet dried on something that I have been contemplating for a while, I believe that I will be announcing in the coming weeks an exciting new business partnership that I am entertaining for the rest of 2018. A new way to serve some of you in this community and other women beyond to create incredible businesses of freedom, income, and success. So that is what I wanted to share with you ladies today about the upper limit problem, how our brain, the sneaky ways that our brain keeps us small, broke, or unhappy, the phrases. Hey, Lynn! Oh, you're just catching us as we're wrapping up here, Lynn. I shared with you telltale phrases, those signature or language signposts that indicate you are experiencing an upper limit problem. I explained why this happens, how our psychology tries to keep us back in the familiar, the safe, yet uncomfortable. I shared with you the 3 types of fear that the upper limit problem is going to or can possibly trigger. And a great way to flip the switch on those fears, those old beliefs, so that you can get beyond the familiar, safe, uncomfortable zone and really go to the zone of your genius where you are meant to be, to have more success, more joy, more income, and richer relationships, whatever that is for you. So that's what I wanted to share today, ladies. Exciting, exciting things happening and more exciting things being developed as we speak. Lynn says, sounds great. I'll make sure to catch the replay. Mwah, absolutely. Love to see you on here, Lynn. It's been a while since we connected, so thanks for showing up today. Love seeing you. I'm going to hang out. Any other questions, ladies, that you have about anything that I have shared today? Any of your takeaways or aha moments for you personally based on what I've shared? Cindy, Shahina, Sarah, Hind, if you are still here, Lynn, I know you're just catching the end of this. Yeah, whatever questions or comments you have. If you are catching the replay, be sure to post your questions and comments as well. You know that I always check back throughout the Friday to respond to those and offer my support as best I can. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I don't see any other questions or comments, so I'm going to let you all go merrily on your Friday. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day as you close up the week, and be conscious of what upper limits you are coming up against as you create success in your career, business, health, and relationships. Would love to know. Thanks so much. Take care, ladies.